Today I'd like to talk about three of the most common ways that profit can leak from an agency, profit vampires, and these are three behaviours that will affect your bottom line, your margin, your profitability. So let's run through them. First mistake is underestimating. If we're underestimating, underquoting, then obviously we're at a disadvantage straight away. Now the action there is primary training, negotiation review, making sure that people raising the quotations are well trained, can negotiate, and we're constantly reviewing profitability of different types of project, different types of retainers, to make sure we're pitching at the right level. Obviously, within there, there's implicitly we have to have the right rate card as well, but that's a subject for a whole another video. So underestimating is the first profit vampire. The second one is we're over servicing. Now that could be a number of different things. It could be that we don't have the right people doing the right thing at the right time. It could be process. It could be the level of the people. It could be a number of different things. But the action there is always to review progress to make sure that we know how projects are going from the get-go, from the start, so that we can jump in as soon as possible, as soon as we know there's a problem, that we can figure out what the best thing to do is next. And the last profit vampire is scope creep. So we've agreed a scope up front, client changes their mind, wants to add in a little bit. That's obviously, unless we charge for it, obviously going to impact our profitability. So the action there, which is it's a generic title, which is client service process, because it's not a matter of always saying no, certainly not a matter of always saying yes, but about judging when you should say yes and no, or no but, or even yes but, so that we're taking an overall holistic view of the state of the client relationship, how long, how difficult the change is. So let's think about the process. How do we assess and give people time to think about how we react to the request from the client? So those are the three profit vampires. Now, just a quick demonstration on the P&L and the impact that. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Go back on. I'm back. So let me scoot over here. So this is a simple P&L. Profit and loss, 80,000 revenue, staff costs, freelancers, overheads, making a profit, decent margin, 15%, nothing spectacular, but reasonable. But if any of these profit vampires, these breaks on profitability, eats into our capacity to deliver revenue, then you can see how vulnerable we are to each of them. So let's say, it's just we underestimate by 5%. You can see our margin drops down from 15 to 11. Over service by 5%. Again, not a huge amount. Our profitability again dropped down to 6%. And if the scope goes up by 5%, we've lost all of the margin. And so you can see how small impacts, small effects of each of these can have a profound impact on every agency. And you only have to, you can put that up to 10% for each of them. And suddenly you're making a significant loss because the amount of revenue that you can generate has been restricted because we are working on unpaid projects, unpaid work. We're not delivering value for the agency. Probably delivering more value for the client, but not for the agency. So profit vampires, it's a theoretical thing, always going to have an impact on every agency. And it's about building a process in terms of making sure that we're estimating as I was going to say aggressively, but as commercially as we can do, that we are reviewing progress to make sure that we can jump in and correct anything which is going wrong at an early stage, and that we've got a process for saying yes or no that maintains the client relationship, but also means that from a commercial point of view, that we can still make a profit. So hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you like the video, please say so. Please like it, or even subscribe to the channel, and I'll send through more of these videos as and when. Thanks for your time. Bye for now.